Hello everybody. Today we're starting out in Andrews, North Carolina. We're going to try to make our way over to Tellico. Being led by Randy on the mighty Himalayan 450. I'm just going to take an easy ride through here and hopefully we see some pretty sights. It's a beautiful day. It's real cool back here in these woods. Anyway, come along for the ride and hope you enjoy. We should be hitting parts of the Smoky Mountain today, Smoky Mountain 500. I don't believe this is part of it. This is just some roads that Randy has scouted out. And he's leading me through here. If I can keep up with him. Some pretty loose gravel. We're both running Tusk 2-track. His are brand new. He just put them on yesterday for this ride today. I've got a little over 2,000 miles on mine, but man, they're still going strong. But he's definitely kicking up some gravel. It's always nice to get out and see new places. And living where I do in Tennessee, right on the corner of Georgia and North Carolina, and we got all these 3 states with national forests to get out and enjoy this. Well, I tell you, I don't know that there's a better place to live. I have to give him some room with that new back tire. He's gonna pelt me with the gravel. I think all said and done, we probably will have in close to 200 miles today. always good to have a buddy to ride with. He's been gone riding in around Boone, North Carolina for a week or so. We haven't been able to get together. It seems like a month, but finally got together this Friday. He said it's a pretty grueling pace. It ain't, we don't just ride fast, but it's steady all day long. Hey, it's been beautiful through here. Out of all that mountain laurel. Nice and cool. I think this said it was State Road 143. There's a sign back there. Motorcycle and truck advisory. Sharp curves the next 25 miles. I don't know if we're staying on it the whole 25 miles or not. I'm not real big on pavement, but this is a pretty fun little road. Quite a bit of mountain laurel. See, we're coming up on Snowbird Picnic area, Nantahala Forest. This showing we're headed toward the Churrahella Skyway. Alright, we just come to the start of the Skyway, and we cut off to the right, and I think this dirt road will run us all the way back into Tellico Plains. some bicyclists. During the warm months, I get to drop down to 4 days a week, so I can take Fridays when the rest of my family is working and be able to get out here and enjoy this. Then some of you who watch the videos, you know, my wife has a Himalayan 411, and she's just been riding for about 3 months, and we go out on Saturdays in the national forest around the house, trying to get her skill level up. I think we've decided the last weekend of this month, which is August, we've decided to take a long weekend and try to complete the Chattahoochee BDR, which, if I'm not mistaken, is 350 miles. We'd first discussed doing the Smoky Mountain 500, but I don't know that she's up for 500 miles in one weekend. Plus, I think the Smoky Mountain 500 is a little more technical than the Chattahoochee. I believe there's more water crossings and stuff, and she needs to work on that stuff a little more. That curvy pavement that I think was State Road 143, we wasn't on it, but maybe 6 or 7 miles, so it wasn't bad. And for pavement, it was fun. Boy, look at that. That is pretty. Randy's finally standing up. I told him that Himalayan seat must be a lot more comfortable than mine, because I've had to stand several times on that stretch of pavement we done to get from the house up to Andrews, North Carolina. River's down there to the left of us. Got some water running off right here. This is a pretty area. Not just seen anything rough today, but knowing Randy, he's got something up his sleeve, so we shall find out. There's a nice breeze through here coming off that water. There's a Stewart cabin. I don't think I've ever been up through here. A rock. Man, it is so pretty. That new track toe tire on the back of that thing sure has been pelting me with some rocks. I'm especially going up these hills. Really glad I'm wearing a chest protector. A little rough there. This mountain world is just something else, y'all. It is beautiful. Or rhododendron, I think. The rest of the world knows it by. I'm not much into flowers and stuff, but I've just always loved that all my life. It's really pretty when it's blooming. Randy seems to really gotten comfortable with that Himalayan since the last time we rode together. He used to mainly ride a XR650, but he's been riding that, I guess, for 2 months or so now. Now he's gonna be slinging some rock. I'm gonna get on this side of the road. I'm hoping this camera will pick up a little bit of this view that's coming up over here on our right. It sure is pretty. Go switch back here. I got up this morning and my knee was hurting a little bit. I think I may have a little fluid on it, and I was just going to take a little short ride around the house. And Randy messaged, and I told him yes, and I sure am glad that I did, because this has really been a pretty ride. coming into Green Cove. This is I think Forest Service Road 126. Depending on which way he takes us through here, I think he's going to be taking us out to, I think it's Old Smithfield Road in Coker Creek, Tennessee. This is definitely a part of the Smoky Mountain 500. They've put some rocks here and there on this road since the last time I was through here. So these sections have just kind of loose. We've seen several dual sport bikes today. Seen one man on a Tenere 700 while ago while we was stopped taking our lunch break for a primitive camping. It's a pretty place on the side of the creek. Haven't seen any wildlife today except for a flock of turkey. I'd say we live about maybe 6-7 miles apart. We're both from Polk County, and we go to different churches, but I know a lot of people that he knows, and he knows a lot of people that I know, but we'd never met each other. And run into him in the local motorcycle shop, and we got to talking and exchanged information, and been riding together pretty regular ever since. I think we should be getting pretty close to that campground I was telling you about. We can tell we've got a lot of rain over the last few weeks. That campground's coming up, I think, right here on the left, pretty quick. That's pretty over in there, ain't it? Oh, depot. He hit that hard. Thought I was gonna swallow that Himalayan up. Over there's the campground. Like I say, it's just a primitive campground, but it's right here on this creek. And it's nice and shady. The entrance is coming up right here on the left, across that bridge. It just doesn't get much better than this on a Friday. This and grandbabies. That's what you got to look forward to when you get my age. It's getting pretty rocky here. It's always interesting to see how people choose different lines going through stuff like that. There comes a bike. Well, that was pretty enjoyable. I told him he's been pelting me with gravel, so I think he's taking it a little easier on that throttle. I'm pretty much riding like this all day without getting just out of breath. See what we got here. See which way he goes. Hill's pretty washed out. We just keep climbing. Alright, that's it for the uphill. And I do believe he's taking us out toward Old Furnace Road and Coker Creek. Or Old Smithfield, I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all can see any of this view, but most of the time you're in a canopy, so it's although that sun's beaming down on you when you get to a view like that, it's very pretty. I don't know if I picked up any of it in the camera or not. I'm just going to open up some right here. Just pretty country. All right, we did come out Old Smithfield Road up in Coker Creek. And we went a little ways up 68 and turned off on Epperson Road down Towey Falls Road. And we've got this little section of gravel here, and we're going to be coming out in Reliance. That looks slick. I can safely assume we're making our way back toward the house, which I think we've got about 140 miles in. We're officially off the Smoky Mountain 500. This is a good little gravel shortcut though, where you can pick it back up and in Reliance. So we come out from 68 down Towey Road into Reliance. Now we're cutting on to Smoky Mountain, and we'll take this across back over into Ocoee, which is where we're both from. I live more toward Cleveland now, but anyway, this is our road home. This ain't a part of the official route or anything, but it is a fun little road. We've had a really pretty day up till now. Now we're getting a little wet. The rain is starting to come down. We had a choice of either taking Highway 30 and riding around the river on pavement, or coming this way. And it looked rainy either way, but we thought maybe at least this way, if we do get caught in the rain, maybe we can get stopped under some canopy and try to wait it out. Seems like the rain has slacked up some. So that is good. I think I spoke too soon.